Hello everyone, welcome to Laravel Restaurant Management System project tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, we are going to let the admin add the food details from the admin panel. So for it, first of all, let me just log into the admin panel. So I'll click on login, and here I'll give the admin email, then the admin password here, then click on login, and it will take us to the admin panel. So first of all, we are going to have an option called foods over here. And when you click on that, it will show us some option called add foods and show foods. So for it, let's go back to our code and we'll directly go to our resource, then views, and inside views, we have the admin folder, and inside the admin folder, here you can see we have sidebar.blade.php. So we'll go to our sidebar.blade.php. Then let me just go down, and here you can see we have a example drop down here. So instead of this, we're going to say over here food. If we now save, then if we now refresh here, there you can see we have food option, and if we click on it, it will show us some more option here. So let me just do one thing, that is, let me just remove those from here, those three from here. So for it, here you can see after home we have the table list, the chart list, and the form list. So I'm going to remove those, and I will only keep the food option, and here we're going to say add food, and let me just remove this, and here we are going to say view food. If we now save this, then again let me just refresh, and there you can see we have a food option. If we click on food, it will show us add food and view. So what here is that when you click on add food, it will take us to another page where we'll see some input field to input the food data. So for it, let's go back to our code, and here in the href, we're going to give 2 second bracket, then we need to mention a URL name. Let's say the URL name will be we need to give to first bracket to single quotation, and the URL name will be add underscore food. You can name it anything, but let's just go with add food. After that, we need to create a route for this add underscore food. So for it, we need to go to the routes, then web.php, and here we're going to create a route. So let me just copy this and paste it here. So here we're going to create a route for add food, right? So we need to say here add food will be the URL name, and this will be the function name. And since we are working with the admin panel, so we're going to create a separate controller for the admin panel. So for it, let me just go to my project directory, and here I'm going to make a command prompt. Let's say cmd, then press enter. Then we need to say here php artisan make clone controller. Let's say the controller name will be admin controller. Let's press enter, and it will create a controller. So if we just go back to the fork, then if we go to our app http controllers, and here you can see we have admin controller.php. So for the food, add food, we are going to use the admin controller. So I'm going to say here admin controller, and we also need to register this admin controller at the top of our web.php. So I can just copy this, use app /http /controller /, it will be admin controller. Let me say here admin controller. So right now we need to go to the admin controller and create this function add underscore food. For it, we'll go to our app http controller, then admin controller. Then here we are going to say public function, and the function name will be add underscore food, then to first bracket, then to second bracket. So from here, we're just going to return a simple view. So we are going to say here return view, and the view name will be, let's say admin dot add underscore food. You can name it anything, but let's just keep it simple. we'll say here admin dot add underscore food. So we need to create a add underscore food dot blade.php in the views admin folder. So let me just right click on the admin folder, and the file name will be add underscore food dot blade.php. Then press enter, and there you can see. So here for now, let me just say here simple HTML, and in the body I'm going to say here my food. Let's say. So right now what will happen is that whenever someone click on this add food button, it will call the add food URL which is in the web.php, and our route will call the admin controller add food function which is this one, and this add food function will return us to this view admin dot add underscore food which is this one. So if we just go back to the browser, then refresh here and click on food, then click on add food, there you can see it says my food. So right now what we are going to do is that we want to have the admin page design over here in this page. So for it, what we need to do is really simple. We'll go to our admin folder, then we'll go to our index.blade.php in the admin folder. Then we're going to copy everything from here. So Ctrl A and Ctrl C. So whatever you are seeing in the admin page over here is coming from the index.blade.php. That's why we are copying the index.blade.php. Okay. So after copying this, we'll go to our add underscore food.blade.php, and we're going to paste it here. So here you can see we have the admin CSS header section, sidebar section, the body, and the footer section or the JS section. So what we are going to do is that we are going to remove the body section from here, admin.body. So if we now just save this, then go back to our browser, then refresh here, then click on this arrow icon, then click on add food. There you can see we have the nav bar, the sidebar, and the body part is empty. So in this empty part, we are going to have some input field to upload the food details in the database. So for it, we are going to create a form here. So here I am going to say form, and in the form, let's also say here method, and the method will be post. And in Laravel, we also need to mention the CSRF token in the form for the security reason. So if you do not give CSRF token, then you will get an error. So make sure to add the CSRF token. So here we are going to create a input field for foods. So let me just mention a div, and for this div, let me mention a class. The class name will be div underscore dg equal to div underscore dg. And inside this div, we're going to have a label. Yes, the label will be food title. And for this food title, we're going to have an input field. So let's say here input type will be text, and let's say here name, it will be, let's just say title. And right now I'm going to copy this div and I'm going to paste it, let's say 4 times. So we have the food title, food image, food description, and food price. So let me just paste it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So here after the food title, we're going to say here food. Let's say this one will be food details. And for food details, let's go and use input type text area. So let me just say here text area. And for the text area, name will be details. And I'm okay with the row and column. After the text area, we are going to have the food price. We can just directly say here price, and name will be price. After that, this one will be food image. Let's say here image, and here for the image, since image is the file, so we need to say here input type, it will be file. name will be img. Okay, so we also need to have a submit button. Let me just say here, for submit button there is not to have level, so we say here input type, it will be submit, and there is no need to have any name, but we are going to say here value, and the value will be add food. So right now if we just set this, then if we just refresh here, there you can see we have a title input field, food details input field, the price and image input field. So right now we're going to make some simple design over here. So let's go back to the code, and we're going to write some CSS for the level. There you can see a level, so we're going to write some CSS for this tag called level. So for it, let's get the top, and here inside the head section, let me just mention style over here, and inside the style we're going to mention the level tag. Then we'll give to second bracket, we're going to say here display, it will be inline block. Let's say width will be 200 pixel, and for the text color it will be white. If we now set this, then refresh here, it will look like this. So let me just write some simple CSS for the div_dh. So we're just going to add some padding using this div. So I'm just going to give a dot, since div_dh is a class. Then we'll give to second bracket, let's say here padding, it will be 10 pixel. And let me just go down, and here let's say column, it will be 20, and rows will be 20. And for this input type submit button, let me mention a bootstrap class. Let's say the class will be btl danger, let's say, or let's say warning. Let me set this. So this is just a bootstrap class. So if you now save it and refresh here, okay, I think it's become too big. We are going to say here columns will be actually 50 and rows will be 10. Let us save it and let me refresh. I think this is still quite big. Let's say rows will be 5, not 10. So we say here 5. Refresh, and there we go. I think this is perfect. So right now what we want is that, so when we give the details and click on add food, it will add the food to a table. So for it, first of all, we need to create a table in our database. So first of all, let's go to our command prompt, and we need to create a model first. So we're going to say here PHP artisan make clone model. Let's the model name will be food, and we also need to create a migration at the same time. So we'll give -m, then press enter. So there you can see it created a model, and it also created a migration called food. So right now, if we just go back to our code, and if we just go to the add, then models, inside models, there you can see we have a food.php. And also if we go to the database, then migrations, inside migration, there you can see we have a table called, or migration called food_table. So here we're going to add some columns. So for it, we're going to say here $table. Then we'll give this arrow sign. We'll say here string to first bracket to single quotation, and let's say it will be title. For now, let me just make it nullable. After that, I can just copy this, Ctrl+C, and I'm going to paste it 3 times, on 2 and 3. So this one will be detail, then this will be the food price, and this will be the food image. So for details, we are going to use long text. So I'm going to say here long text. So you need to write it like this. So after that, just set this. Then if we just go to our browser, and in the database, there is no food table over here. So we'll go to our command prompt, and we're going to say here PHP artisan migrate. And right now, if we press enter, this table will be migrated to our database. So let me just press enter over here, and there you can see food table is created. So right now, if we just refresh our PCMyAdmin, there you can see we have one more table called food. And in the food table, we have the title, detail, price, and image. So what we want is that when we click on this add food, we want those data to be added to this table. But first of all, let me just do one more thing, that is we'll go to our food.php, and here we are going to mention the column name from the migration file. So we are going to mention the title, detail, price, and image. So I'm just going to copy this protected fill from the user.php in the model. So after copying this, let's go to our food.php, and I'm going to paste it over here. So our column name was title, then it was detail. After that, we need to say here price, then the last term of image. So we are going to say here image, and this one is not necessary. So just set this and you can close this. Okay, so we can close this as well, and let me just make it smaller. Let me close this. So right now, how to use is that when you click on this submit button, input type submit, we want those data to be submitted. So for it, in the form action, we need to give to second bracket, then you need to say here URL to first bracket to single quotation, and inside this we need to give a name, a random name. Let's say here the name will be upload_food, then save it, and right now we need to create a route for this. So let's go to our web.php, and I can just copy this, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So right now here you can see add_food, and here you can see get, and over here we mentioned that the method will be post, since we want to upload data to the database. So we are going to say here it will be post. So we'll say here post, and our URL name was upload_food. So we are going to say here upload_food. We'll use the admin controller, and let's say the function name will be the same. If you want, you can give different name. Okay, so we'll keep it same. So right now we'll go to our admin controller and create this function. So let's go to our admin controller, and we're going to say here public function upload_food, then to first bracket, then to second bracket. So inside this we need to say request $request. We need to say this because we want to get the input field data from here to our controller. That's why you need to mention this. So first of all, what we need to do is that we want to upload the data to the food table, right? So we need to mention the food model name in our controller. So for it, we need to say here use app /models/food. So here you can see we have the app, and inside app we have the model folder, and inside model we have the food. So that's what we just mentioned over here. Okay, so once you mention the food model name, it means right now we will have access to the food table. So here we are going to declare a variable. Let's say $data equal to, we'll say here new, we'll mention the model name, which is food. So right now using this $data, we'll be able to upload any data to the food table, because our food model is connected to the food table. So right now we're going to say $data, then this arrow sign. After that, here you can see in the food table we have title. So here you can see this title will go to over here. Then we'll give a equal sign. Then we'll mention this $request, and we'll give this arrow sign. And right now we will get the data from the input field. So here you can see name is title. So I'm going to copy this name from here and paste it over here. So the thing is, this on will come from the database table and this on will come from the input field. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this and let me just paste it 2 times. So after food, we have the details. So let's say here detail. It will be detail because in the database it is detail. And here you can see request. This one will be details. Here you can see we mentioned name equal to details. So we are going to say here details. Let's say this one will be the price. So in the database table we write price like this, and also in the input field we write price. So let me just show you. Here you can see in the input field name is price. So let me just upload those 3 data first. So let me just say here dollar data, this arrow sign set. And after saving the data, we want to keep the user to the same page. So we set here return redirect to first bracket, this arrow sign back. So right now, if we just set this and let me just refresh here. And let's say the food title will be test for now, description will be test, price will be 10, and we'll keep the image field empty and click on add food. You can see it's reloading and the reload is complete. So right now, if we just refresh over here, there you can see we have a food details, test, price, and images empty. So right now, let's go and upload the image as well. So for it, what we need to do is really simple. So after the price, we're going to say here dollar image. So we are going to declare a variable dollar image equal to dollar request, this arrow sign, and in the input field we write over here name is image. So we are going to say here img. In the input field we write img. That's why we write over here img. So here uploading the image is a little bit of different. So after storing the image in this image variable, we are going to change the image name. So for it, let's declare another variable. Let's say dollar file name. So after this equal, we are going to mention the time function. So using the time function, we are going to give the image a unique names. So after this first bracket, we are going to give a dot, then to single quotation, then inside it, we are going to give a dot, then another dot. After this dot, we are going to mention this image variable. So we are going to set here dollar image, this arrow sign, we'll say here get client original extension. And we need to give to first bracket like this. And make sure that you do not make any spelling mistake, because I occasionally make some mistake writing this. Okay, so make sure that you write this properly. So after changing the image name, we are going to store the image in a folder inside public folder. So here you can see we have a folder called public. So inside this public folder, I'm going to create a folder. Let's say the folder name will be food_img. So we are going to store the image in this food_img folder, which will be in the public folder. So here we are going to say this dollar request image over here. Then this arrow sign will say here move, then to first bracket. Then we are going to mention the folder name, which is food_img. Then we'll give a comma here. Then we are going to mention this variable, which is file name. After that, we are going to say here dollar data, this arrow sign. We are going to mention the column name from the database table, and here you get the column name is image. So we are going to say here img image equal to, it will be this dollar file name. So after that, we are just storing the data and we are sending the user back to the same view. So those 4 lines you need to write to add the image to the database. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you. So right now, let's do one thing, that is scope.add_food.blade.php, and let me just add required field over here for each input type. So we are going to say here required, and I can just copy this and I'm going to paste it for text area, then for price, and also for the image as well. Let me save it and let me refresh here. And if I now just click on directly on food, it will ask us that please fill in this field. So here the food name will be, let's say, pizza. Let's say here onion pizza, and let's say price will be $200, and let's choose an image. I do not have any pizza image right now. Let me just download a pizza image. Let me just download this one. Let me just right click, save image as. It will be pizza. Okay. So right now let's go back to our admin panel and click on choose file. Let me go to downloads, and here you can see you have pizza.jpg. I can just open this. There you can see it selected pizza.jpg and click on add file. Okay, we got an error, and the reason is actually really simple. The thing is, we are trying to upload a input type file. So when you are trying to upload a input type file, then you need to add enc type in your form. So we need to say here enc type equal to, it will be multipart / form data. So you must add this if you want to upload any file. So let's save it again. So let me just go back and let me refresh. So here let's say food title will be pizza, food details will be pizza with chicken, and let's say price will be $100, and the image will be this one. Then click on add code, and there you can see the reload is complete. If we now just refresh our browser, there you can see we have one more food with the image over here. So let me just delete this test data from here. And right now, if we just go to our project, and then if we just go to the public folder, inside public folder, if you go to food_image, there you can see you have an image over here. So this is how you can upload the image data from the admin panel, and also other data from the admin panel as well. So I hope this was easy for you to follow. If you have any question or suggestion, just let me know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the future videos.